right. So, demonstrate drawing number 7, the link for you. Okay, 7, link. So be sure you're putting these titles in here. Now, when they have an actual like name or a title to them, be sure you're putting that in there. And the number just goes down in the number box there. No isometric on these. Okay, remember, no isometrics. You don't have to include the dimensions on here, but you do need to have all the hidden lines and now center lines, because now we have circular objects on here, so we have to have center lines included on here. So I'll show you kind of how to do that one. I centered it, kind of straightforward. Here's all the stuff if you want to see my numbers on there from top to bottom to figure out how to center that thing. The one thing I do want to mention is that when you use this centering technique, that gives you a corner, right? Remember we had a corner that we got to? There's no corner here. So basically what you're finding is where this would go to line up with the bottom over here. So it's getting us a corner like right over here is there. So you can see I moved over to get my center to then start. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this center is going to be wrong for my height there. So that's where I'm going to start now. Kind of show you guys how to do this. So like we said, we went over this way, right? And then up. Now, one of my kind of issues here is going to be I have a 1/2 inch from here to here. And from the bottom here, I have 3/4. So I'm going to go up a 1/2 and up 3/4. So up my 1/2, up 1, 2, 3/4. There it is. So that's where this one goes. And I am going to be those 3/4 of an inch over. Right there. Do these really lightly because these are going to help me, get the center lines for my circle template. So circle template, I have a 3/4 radius. So that's going to end up being 1.5 inch diameter. Right here. I'm going to line up all my lines. There's some neat. And I got a lot of this one, so I'm going to go all the way around. Right there. Okay. Also, on this interior here, I've got a 3/4 of an inch diameter hole going through. Got 3/4 of an inch right here. You need to know the difference between your radius and diameter. Not only for this drawing, but in this class as well. This. And now, this can go lightly forward. And this one, all the way to the end. Okay, now, I'm going to go 2.5 inches over. There's going to be my center for this arc and this circle. So this circle down here is a 1/2 inch diameter and a 1/2 inch radius. So template, we got 1/2 inch diameter right here. Then I got a 1/2 inch radius, which means it's 1 inch. So line all these up. Okay. Go straight up here. Now the nice thing about this drawing is it gives you 2 of the views. The beauty of it. So now I just have some erasing to do. Okay. The beauty of it is it shows you exactly what your right side view is going to look like. Isn't that nice? So I'm not going to do this one in its entirety, really. Maybe I'll fly through it at the end. I want to do the top so it can help you guys figure out the top there. This one shows you exactly what it's supposed to look like already. So you shouldn't need Sadowski to show you how to draw that. I will fly through it here in a second, but I'm going to do the top view, though, because that's the one that's missing for you guys. 1 inch in between my view. It's 1 inch wide. So looking down at the top of it, this thing's going to look like a rectangle. Line it up right there. Project that endpoint up there. Looks like I missed a little bit. Okay, now this slide is going to look like an edge where this curve comes along, so this will look like a line up there. Okay, this will be a hidden line down there. Hidden line for the cylinder of this hole. Hidden line for the other edge of the cylinder of this hole. And center line. Let's line up that center line. We long, short dash, space, and then long. Okay, over here, kind of same thing. This is what a hole looks like. You're looking at it from the side. See the two edges of that hole. And the center line. Remember, later on we can use that center line because we can dimension off of it. And then, pretty simple over here, we've got a edge back in here, which is going to end up being a hidden line, which I'll describe for you here in a second. We got a hidden line right here, the bottom of the cylinder. Now, why or what do we do when lines overlap? Meaning we have a center line on this hole right here, then we have a hidden line. Well, that's called precedence. Okay, what takes precedence, or what is more important? What should come first? In this situation, a hidden line takes precedence over a center line. So if you have two lines, the one that takes precedence over all of them are edge or solid lines, then hidden lines, then center lines. So that's the reason why you're not going to see any center lines on this side view here, this right side view, because you have other edges or other lines overlapping it. So we put the center line here to mark the middle of the hole, and so that the person looking at this knows that this is a cylindrical hole going through here. Okay, but when we have a center line right here, okay, when we would originally, but when we have a hidden line, okay, also overlapping right on top of it, the hidden line takes precedence, so that's what goes in there. This is going to be really close. And top of this one. Okay, 4 center lines, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep these that I was using for my, and then erase right here, erase right here, erase right here, erase right there. There's my center marks. Bring this one down, bring this one down. They're supposed to extend about 1/8 of an inch outside the circle or arc. I'm not going to get that technical. When we get on the computers, it automatically sets them for you. That one's kind of short, so maybe I'll make that one a little bit longer. But then we go and we erase all of this stuff, right? Don't need these extension lines anymore. These are gone. Okay, line weight for them, they're usually a little bit lighter. Okay, the center lines especially. But I would now go in and darken in some of these other lines a little bit, so that my drawing was a little bit more uniform. But that is how you do drawing number 7. the link.